Ramadan day 22. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Bismillah rahman rahim. If you don't know what that means may peace, mercy and blessings be upon you. Okay, and in the name of Allah the Most High, in the name of God, let this be a beautiful video. Let's go in. We're on day 22 of Ramadan. Man's been fasting. I'm feeling free from those shackles. Okay, we're 22 days in. I haven't been thinking about smoking. I have not over the past I don't know how many days. Man's having dreams again. It's beautiful. But the perfect picture is never, it's never perfect. What I'm trying to say is it's never perfect, is it? And so as one head of the Hydra is being starved, the Hydra of addiction, as it is being starved, another head looks for things. Oh, what can I consume? How can I stay alive? And so I want to ask you, just so you have a bit of context here for yourself, think, how does this apply to me? If you struggle with addiction, when you drop the one thing, when you drop that thing that you've been clinging to, whether it be video games, sugar, weed, alcohol, porn, masturbation, whatever it is, what does the addiction jump to? Okay? You might find that it's not just one thing. It's never just one thing. Okay? So, as I remove Mary Jane, as I break up with Mary Jane, she got jibbed, guys. She got jibbed. I had to break up with her. It's time to end it, sister. It's time to end it, girl. Sugar wants to come on. And this is an old pattern. This is one that I've been familiar with for some time. But I'm being reminded of it right now in this month of Ramadan, is that the Hydra wants to jump onto something else. So in my life, you can post yours in the comments if you want. In my life, I'm putting the weed down. I've put it down. I put the smoking down. And there's the sugar. Okay, so that's just honesty. That's me being honest with you guys to let you know how it's going. Now, to what extent, it hasn't been crazy, but I had like an ice cream 2 nights in a row, and then I bought some jellies in the shop. Like, come on, what? Jellies? Buying sweets, man, eating like a kid. That's totally lower nature. You get me? That's totally me just being like bored and stuff. And that's exactly what I'm working on fixing and solving, is this boredom pattern. Not to just consume because I'm bored. You get me? So, blessings, praise be to the Most High. I've been able to kick Mary Jane out the house. Goodbye. Respectfully, goodbye. But it's time for you to go. But I gotta be vigilant, right? I gotta be on it. Because it can just jump to something else. It can just jump to something else. And that could be ice cream. That could be sweets. It could be snacking, stuff like that. And it's very important for me to make sure that that doesn't happen. Why? Because the digestive system in my life has been a challenge, right? You've seen some videos on my channel maybe on ulcerative colitis. And so it's like, man's got to be on it. And it feels sometimes like, oh, if I'm honest, it feels like, can't I just have a break? Can't I just enjoy a little something? Can't I just do this without a heavy consequence, a heavy feeling of, yeah, where blood's being lost in the toilet and stuff, and there's big inflammation going on. And that is one feeling that I have, is this like victim mentality. Again, lower nature. Because the higher nature acknowledges that, you know what a blessing. This makes me diligent, vigilant, virtuous. This means that I gotta be in tip-top shape, baby. I gotta treat Usmān the absolute best. To the highest standard. To the standard that I would treat my child. To the standard that I would want to treat my child. Okay? Nourishing foods. Healthy relationship to food and consumption. On a whole, of course we can have the odd treat. Maybe we'll find a nice ice cream that's like healthier. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll do that. But There's stuff that's loaded with like 30 grams of sugar in one like Magnum or whatever, 30 grams of sugar. Come on, that's not cool. That's intense enough and extreme enough to want me to do it again the next day and the next day and the next day. It creates a cycle. Yeah. So let's talk about something today. Let's talk about these cycles. Let's talk about substances that can or cannot be balanced. You keep see, because there's some of these substances that give us such a dopamine release. They give us such a chemical hit that they can't be balanced so well. We can't balance them so well. You might crave them, right? I don't want to be in a state of craving for food to have to then fight with it. I say no. I'd rather be wholesome and healthy enough and have that healthy relationship with food and consumption so that I don't even have to fight off. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to fight off because man's living masterful. You get me? Now, am I asking for an easy life there? That dawns on me. Because Bruce Lee said it. Don't ask for an easy life, pray to the strength to endure a difficult one. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of hurdles and obstacles in the road. Even when I'm eating pure healthy. Things happen. Things happen in life. You get me? It's never perfect. It's never perfect. There's always something for us to be unhappy about. And that's the test. It's how can we see those situations under a different light? How can we switch our perspective and see something that is seen as a potential bad situation and see it as a blessing? So inflammatory bowel disease. I've got to be honest with you, since Ramadan started, I stopped the smoking. There's people that say the smoking cannabis is helpful for the bowels. It's helpful for the digestive system. It reduces inflammation and stuff. I don't know. I was under that spell as well, that illusion. And I know people that have used cannabis to help them with inflammatory bowel disease. No joke, no lie. Okay? And so it has been in my mind, and it was in my mind of like, oh, you know, that's one of the reasons why I was smoking, is because I believed that it was helping my digestive system. But it's an extreme substance. It's extreme yinning. Right? A lot of feminine energy. Ooh. Too much though. Too much for it to be a healthy version. Too much. At least in my experience. Why don't you tell me about you? Can you just on off with the smoke? Can you just on off? Can you have some and then not have some the next day? For me, it ain't been that way. It ain't been that way. So I had to acknowledge my weakness. And this is where Islam came back in, because it was like, dude, I ain't strong enough. I ain't strong enough. Man needs to devote to something higher than him. And in Islam, it's not permitted. So it's just like straight up. Straight up. I ain't saying that I'm fully in. I'm only 22 days in. But that feels good to me, to prohibit intoxication. It feels good. At least this kind of, you know, smoking and getting high like that, recreational, this kind of intoxication, don't feel right no more. Don't feel like something I want to do. I don't want to force myself into an altered state. So, the multi-headed Hydra, gotta be watching it. Watch it in your life. If you've been addicted to one thing, you put it down, it's going to change its hunger for something else. It's going to just activate a different hunger. Start seeking something else. One addiction for another. And so I'm looking to get to the roots. And here's a beautiful thing. Is because I've stopped smoking weed, because I've stopped smoking the cannabis, the Mary J. Man's getting his dreams back. And I'm dreaming, and there's some interesting stuff going on. I haven't created a video in a little while, I'm sorry. It shows that one video a day is not consistent for me or realistic, not straight away, so I'll reduce the number and approach this more realistically. But I'll say, I had dreams I had one dream in particular where I was being pursued, and this is not the first time I've had a dream with that theme of being pursued. It's like someone's after me, they want to get me, and they want to hurt me. And this is one of the dreams that I had some while back, and it bothered me, and so I smoked, in fact, to push that dream away. Forgive me, Most High, for being such a coward. Forgive me for that lower nature, for identifying with it and acting on it, and digging myself into a cycle of addiction. Out of the intent to escape from unpleasantness. This ain't the higher nature. This ain't the master within. This isn't how the master works. Yeah, the master understands that life has got its unpleasantness. And the master is willing. The master within. Yeah, that's a new one I'm bringing in here that we're going to be talking about on this channel, is that master versus the lower nature. Which one would you want calling the shots? Because for me it was the lower nature. It still can be at times, so I'm praying that the Most High gives me the strength and the willingness to sacrifice the desires of the lower nature and invest in the intent of the higher nature, so I may live as the best, most strong, loving, faithful version of myself, and therefore be an example and a force of goodness. A force of goodness, unchained, baby. So, it's an extreme substance. Takes away the dreams. Ain't dreaming. Wasn't dreaming for 2.5 years. Start dreaming again. Man's getting pursued. And I came out of that dream thinking, you know what? I would love to face that big man. It was a big fat man in the dream. You know what? I think it might have even been me. Now that I think about it. Like a projection of me. You see an Inception. Everything we see in the dream is a projection of our subconscious mind, So that's either a demon or that's an aspect of me that I ain't facing. And so I was running away from it like that. Dreams are poetic like this. But in the dream, Usmān didn't know that he could have even faced it. He didn't even know that option was available. So I believe that there's something in there. There's something in there that roots to the addictions. There's something in there that roots to the poor relationship with food. But ultimately, I believe there's something in there that even roots to the ulcerative colitis, the inflammatory bowel disease, the dreams, man. There's something happening in that astral realm. Because another night, I had a dream, and I swear, homies, it was like I was half in the dream, half out the dream. Half in my body, half in my soul. And I was trying to get up in the dream. This was like a outer body experience, trust. I was getting up, and then I'd be sitting up, and it'd be, oh, I'm so heavy. And then I'd realise, I'm not sitting up, I'm laying down. Post a comment if you've had a lucid dream, or post a comment if you've had mad dreams, like outer body experiences and stuff. Be very curious to know. And if you're getting some value out of this video, like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this process of Usmān Unchained, baby. Man's helping other people get unchained now as well. Okay? So, outer body experience, it was the first time I've ever experienced this. And I started trying to get up again. I had some crazy dream. I started trying to get up. And it's like, okay, I'm up. And then I realised, no, I'm not. I'm laying down. It's like, what's going on? And this is where the meditator came in. Because I had a choice there. I had a choice to get scared and to start panicking and stuff and make it all sleep paralysis like. Or to surrender. And this is the beauty, to surrender. The art of surrender. Everyone should learn the art of surrender. Which is to be fully present in the moment and to accept the situation as it is. To let go of any resistance to a situation that cannot be controlled. At any point in our lives, at some point or another, control is going to go. That could be death of ourselves or of another. You can't control that. Can't control it. Or it could be a situation like this. Sleep paralysis, out of body experience, where control is gone. And you can either panic and clutch on, or you can surrender. Now the higher nature, the master, how does the master, come on, just talk to me right now. How does the master deal with control or lack of control? Take a deep breath. The master yields and knows the art of surrender. The master is a master of surrender. And so when control is inevitably lost, the master can deal with it just fine. And so I remember just going, it's okay. I'm in a cycle right now. I don't know if this is going to end. I don't know how this is going to end. I just surrendered. And get this, guys, I swallowed. I noticed that I wasn't swallowing. My mouth was really dry. I was half awake, half asleep, half dreaming, half not. I noticed the throat wanted to swallow, but I wasn't. It's almost like I couldn't until I surrendered and I swallowed. And then it was over. It's like I swallowed my soul back into the body. Madness. Madness. Then the next day I tried to do that again and nothing happened. Obviously. Because if we get attached and we're seeking, and it's desire-based, we're going to get access denied. We're going to get access denied. These things are better done with a true and deeper intention other than, I just want to experiment. Okay? I just want to experiment. Now, I came out of that situation. Very interesting. You see, the point of this video is that the dreams, there's something in there. There's something in there. I believe it holds the root to these addictive ways. There's something for me to face in my dreams that I haven't faced, that I've been avoiding for time. Being pursued, what's that about? And so Usmān's got to cultivate skill so that in his dream he can remember, I'm dreaming. I can do anything in this dream. I can face that guy, right? I can face that pursuer. I can face it, right? But he doesn't remember yet. In the dream, he's unconscious. So the dream's just happening and I'm just watching it. Yeah, I'm just watching it. I don't remember what I'm capable of. And so this experience that I'm describing, where it's kind of out of body, I say kind of out of body because it wasn't full on flying and stuff. It wasn't. It was like, am I in my body or not? It was very distorted. It really distorted reality afterwards. But it gave me this peace, this deep peace of like, wow, there is a reality outside of this 3D. There is a reality outside of this. And dreams can be a way to experience this. Now don't clutch and cling and try and experience seek. Pray that the best experiences and the right experiences will come to you in order to strengthen your faith in what? The afterlife, in the unseen. That's my intention. I want to strengthen my faith and my knowing that it's all going to be okay. That we can leave these bodies with a smile. I want to know that deeply, okay? Because I've been thinking about that. For my own body, I've been thinking about that. For my family, I've just been considering the truth that death will come for every single one of us. It will. And there's no getting away from that. And that's the truth. There's no getting away from it. Okay? Everyone's going to go. And so I want to feel confident that it's going to be okay. I want to feel confident that at least there's something, right? Not just with the head, but with the whole being, to know that there is a different layer to this reality. Man was sitting up from his soul, there's a whole other aspect to us that can that can do. We've got this physical body and there's an astral body. And I experienced it briefly. And that gave me strong faith. And you know what? The cold shower that next day was easy. It was so easy. Because all it was uncomfortable sensations. And it's mad. Brothers and sisters, may Allah forgive me if I'm being ignorant or arrogant when I say this. But I got into that cold shower and I had no resistance towards the displeasure and the discomfort, because in my mind, what I felt as a knowing, as I was still like, is this a dream or not? I've already died. I haven't actually died, but I experienced the soul coming out of the body, the soul coming away, a part of me, if I'm not using these labels, an aspect of me coming out that isn't the body. I experienced that. And it's like, yo, I've already died in a sense. So this is nothing. What is this? And that's a level of faith I'd like to walk with day by day by day, inshallah. I'd like to walk with that level of faith, if that's the right thing for me. If that's going to help me be an even better force of goodness. If that's going to inspire good in me and others, then I'd love to walk with that level of faith where it's like, yo, detached, man. And this stems back full spiral to the first principle of detachment, this principle of impermanence in Buddhism. This was what I came across when I was 18 and I started meditating and I stopped praying. Astaghfirullah, God forgive me. I stopped praying because I thought that I could do it all internally. Yeah. Impermanence. Everything is temporary, therefore do not be attached to anything in this physical realm. And that's exactly what man's are spitting in Islam as well. They're saying, yo, this ain't about the dunya, the 3D world. This is about the Hydra. This is the afterlife that we're investing in, really. And you say the afterlife, but in one of the surahs, I forget, it says it's the first life. It's the Hydra, the first life. If I'm correct here. If I'm not mistaken, the first life, the place where we were before we came into the body, you get me? Real home, real life. I wouldn't be the first one to be chatting this. You'd be a fool to look at me and listen to me right now and think that I'm coming up with opinions here, because this has been chatted for the beginning of man, the beginning of time. People have been talking about the afterlife. Okay? Were they just hippies? Yeah. Or was there really a truth there? So it can only be speculation until one has a real experience. And I had a grain of that experience, alhamdulillah. Thank you, Allah the Most High, for giving me that experience. And I pray that I can experience this more, with the intention that my faith in this life is strengthened, and my faith in knowing that my loved ones, when they go, and when things go in life, and when we experience loss, that it's okay. That if we should let it go. That we should let it go. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying we're guaranteed peace there, because this isn't something that's dawned on me yesterday. Are we guaranteed peace in the afterlife? Are we guaranteed eternal peace? I don't know. I've been living as though we are guaranteed eternal peace, and I don't know now. I don't know. Because I'm here in the body, so why? Why am I here then? If that's where I was, and that's where I'll go, why am I here? I don't think it's guaranteed anymore. But I'm not sure, and I pray that the Most High, the Most Divine, the All-Knowing guides me to the knowledge and the wisdom necessary to come to a deeper understanding of this, so that I may walk as the strongest, most loving and faithful version of me, so I may be an example of good. And if you want the same, pray for the same. Let us be examples of good on this earth. Let us get to the root of our addictions. Something's going on there in the astral body. Man's been getting pursued. It's like, huh? Yeah, man's been getting pursued. It's like, there's something there to work on, there's something there to do. And that will ripple into this life, in this world, inshallah. And I've got no clue how those ripples will look, but I'm interested and intrigued. So that's today's video, homies. The quest continues between the lower nature and the master within, the inner master. Yeah? Which one are you going to invest in? Which one do you want to invest in? Have you been shackled by the lower nature, put in chains? Are you ready to unchain yourself? I'm holding a program for brothers. In fact, the first time I'm doing the program, it's just going to be for men only. And it's an opportunity to unchain, to break the chains, to break the cycles of addiction, self-medication and escapism, so that we can become the men that we're proud of being. So the time is now. The time is now. If you want to break the pattern, if you want to get out of these shackles, you want to unchain yourself, then go to the link in the description. Hit that link. Go to Instagram and send me a direct message saying, I'm in. Yeah? Unchained. How about that, in fact? DM me saying, unchained. The word un, UNCHAINED, unchained. If you're interested in joining, we got 2 brothers, 3 brothers on the program. I'm looking for maybe just a couple more, 2, 3 more. Small group, I mean it, small group. I'm not accepting many people onto this. There's a tiny application. We'll have a little chat. Send me a DM on Instagram. There's my link in the description with Unchained, and let's chat and let's see if this is a good fit for you. Okay, are you ready to unshackle yourself, baby? Let's do it together. This is part of my journey, is to be in the field with other brothers and other sisters, to be in the field, right? To be in service. It's a huge part of me and my lifestyle of freedom. The master's lifestyle is he's in service and he's contributing in his highest way, and this is my current expression of that. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you learned something, if it provided some value, post a comment and subscribe and let me know what value you actually got from this. Did I just jibber jabber? Did I just chat? Or did I give you some kind of hope and faith that you can do this too? 22 days without Mary Jane. I'm not even craving. I smell her in the street and I'm like, oof, that smells bad. That smells bad. Alhamdulillah. So only thing I gotta do now is make sure that I don't just switch the channel and eat ice cream every day, because that ain't cool. So healthy desserts, that's what's coming in. Let's get to it. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Namaste. All of it. Peace out, yeah?